guess we're just talking about, you know, how we deal with kind of stress, how we deal with anxiety. How do you find being like such a private person, now being an artist where people touch you and call out your name and say all these things? How do you deal with that?
And even social media. That's a really good example of stress for me. Because like you said, you know me, and I'm reserved and private and stuff, and so vulnerable is a good word, because that's something that I really have struggled with my whole life, you know, which makes the stress kind of pile up even more. Like I said in school, I wouldn't talk about my feelings or what things that were bothering me or whatever. Just too gangster. No, but you know what I mean? Like, just trying to be all, cool and collected. And so once I kind of learned to just that it's okay, just to just let things out. And then people will open up to you and you're like, oh, like, you're the same, or, you know, you've got the same kind of stuff as me. And that's a huge one, talking, and I switch off as well. It's a big one for me.
Taking time out for yourself.
Yeah. That has nothing to do with music or, you know, my work. Which is like Netflix for me sometimes, just to put on a movie, like, so I'm literally not thinking about anything. Have a laugh, like like hanging out with my friends is another big one, and my family. And it's finding your safety zones and finding your places of rest. Because like, I've only... You don't rest much, do you? No. And so I've only just found this for myself. And like, you know, just that place of rest and saying no to things. And that's a big one. Not being afraid to let people down, or like, you know, because at the end of the day, how are you supposed to help other people if you can't help yourself? And like, I've done it for years, and I'm only still learning now to say no to things that were ultimately draining me, stressing me to the point that I had no control. And realising that it doesn't make you weak or not good at what you're doing. That you're actually doing a service to yourself, and that when you are ready to go out there and do whatever you need to do, you're going to perform and, you know, at a better, you know, give from a better real full place. It's such a simple thing, but it's also like a hard thing when you're in it. Especially with the world and social media, and people are just trying to please, and trying to look good, and everything's got to be perfect. I put up photos where that's the photo, but I don't look like that every day. I don't even look like that any day. It's called filters, effects, it's called angles. Straight up. But like, it's, we're still learning that it's actually all good not to be perfectly done up and perfectly and having all the smiles. It's all good to be like, some days, like, I just have to I'm like, I'm not feeling today, I'm off. I have those days where I just feel ugly, I feel... you know, just blah, I don't like... And it doesn't help, you know, you wake up and you're scrolling through Instagram and you're just seeing all these perfect people. And those are the times, again, on days like that, I'll put my phone, like, I won't go on social media. Again, that's kind of like a way of just switching off from things. And it's not like running away from things, it's just taking that breather. And then another thing I think is really helpful is just looking at the positive. It's so cheesy, but like, being grateful and just looking at the positives. And championing your own self-aid. It's a big thing in this country that I feel like I've experienced and I've seen is tall poppy. And because of that, it's put a lot of fear in us as a people to be proud of ourselves, to know our value, to know our worth, and to stand up and go, yes, I am awesome. Because people will immediately say, oh, you need to humble yourself. But that's actually not... You think you're... That's false humility. That is. And that's what I meant by, like, I would tell myself, who cares about what other people think? Because it can stop you from so much, but especially it just stopped me from being proud of myself. Like, I've literally said that for the first time last year in my whole life. I remember messaging my mum. You know, she was saying, I'm so proud of you, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I'm so proud of myself. And then I said, and oh my gosh, this is the first time I've ever been proud of myself. And then that kind of made me sad a little, you know, like, really? We're only just starting this now, Jordan? Like, what the heck? You know, like, and because that's what I mean, like, just focusing on the good parts, but like, everyone has like strengths and they may not look the same as everyone else's. But you've got your special thing in there. And that sounds so cheesy, but it's so true. No, but it's true. And celebrating your wins. And celebrating yourself. Far out. Thank you for... giving me your time. No worries. And shedding light on, like, your version of stress, and also reminding me to be proud of myself. Yes, always. So, thank you, Ra. Thank you.